Well, Myanmar is not the only crisis that the UN Secretary-General spoke about earlier. Antonio Guterres also warned that the consequences of military action against North Korea would be horrific. During his news conference, he said diplomacy was the only way to avoid miscalculation and misunderstanding. The US is preparing a new UN resolution to put enhanced pressure on North Korea. Ambassador Nikki Haley admits more sanctions will not necessarily change Pyongyang's behaviour, but would do the next best thing, which is cut off funding for its nuclear programme. Pyongyang is, as always, defiant. North Korea's envoy to the UN in Geneva said the test will go on if Washington continues to provoke his country. Tan Tae-song described recent missile launches as a gift package addressed to the US. The effectiveness of sanctions was also called into question by Russia's president. He's described them as useless and inefficient.
Do you really think that because of the imposition of some sanctions, North Korea will abandon its course towards developing weapons of mass destruction? The use of all types of sanctions in this particular case are useless and inefficient. As I told one of my colleagues yesterday, they would rather eat grass than abandon this program if they do not feel safe.
Well, let's get more on this story. Joining us live from New York is Michael Malice. He's a North Korean analyst who wrote an unauthorised book about the life of Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-un's father, and can give us some insight.
In the short term, their goal is to humiliate America on the world stage as much as possible. So you see President Trump, you see Secretary Tillerson saying, don't do this, don't do that, and they get to do it and make us look stupid. So this is a very big short-term win for them.
Why launch more missiles now? Why is he doing this?
There's a couple of reasons. First of all, simply because he's demonstrating to his own population and to the world stage that the Americans are not going to be able to push him around. Second of all, North Korea has always insisted on their sovereign right to sell weaponry across the world, just like America does. So this is, in a sense, a commercial for the programs that they have and for the weaponry that they're developing. So it's a very, very scary situation for the simple reason that there's absolutely no incentive for North Korea to back down from this, and they have to be given a very good incentive because they are rational actors who are accomplishing with their goals.
Michael, it's often said, isn't it, that Kim Jong-un is a figurehead, but how much control does he have in reality?
That's a complete myth. The people at the very top of North Korea are there specifically because of their loyalty to him, just as his father, Kim Jong-il, purged the ones who were more loyal to his father, Kim Il-sung, when he took over in '94. So does Kim Jong-il make sure that the people surrounding him worship him almost like a god whose word is law. In fact, when he walks around, everything he says is written down. So they are not in a position to do anything about it. Furthermore, they're always spying on each other and ratting each other out. So even if one of them had wanted to do something, the first sign of disloyalty would have him sent to the countryside or worse.
Michael, I'm trying to imagine what it must be like to be a North Korean with all of this going on. I mean, I'm guessing that they only access, or they'll have little access to information outside of their own borders. But what's it like to be a North Korean right now?
It's the norm because North Koreans are told since birth that the U.S. imperialists, how they refer to us, have launched the Korean War, that we've been waiting to conquer Korea since the 1860s when USS General Sherman reached Pyongyang. So for them, this is nothing new. In fact, this is further proof that America is evil, that we're the bad guys, and that we're going to come and finish the job that we started 60 years ago. So they've been preparing for war from America. They're taught this in schools. They taught this in universities. They taught this in their media. So if anything, this is showing how strong Kim Jong-un is, because he's getting more and more powerful and defying the Americans very brazenly.
Michael Malice, they're joining me from New York. Michael, thank you.